When a Chinese J-10CE, valued at only $40 million, shot down a $250 million French Rafale in combat, does it mean that the pattern of the global arms market is being quietly rewritten? 2025 The Indo-Pakistani conflict in May not only brought tensions on the South Asian subcontinent to a climax, but also dramatically demonstrated to the world the capability of Chinese military equipment in combat. The conflict between India and Pakistan in May 2025 not only brought tensions in the South Asian subcontinent to a climax, but also dramatically demonstrated to the world the combat capability of Chinese military equipment. In this conflict, which was called the best advertisement for Chinese weapons, the performance of J-10CE and Dragon fighter jets completely overturned the arrogant perception of traditional military powers, and the US Pentagon was forced to recognize, and the many countries swarmed to the scene. The Pentagon's forced to recognize, and many countries flocked to the procurement intention, but outlined a picture of the global military balance of power tilted. The trigger of this conflict seems to be the Kashmir region. For decades of territorial disputes, in fact, has become a litmus test of the military and technological strength of all countries. India spent $7.8 billion to buy 36 Rafale fighter jets. In the first round of exchanges, will be Pakistan's J-10CE shot down 3, and at least one in the subsequent battle was sunk. More shocking to the outside world is that India spent billions of dollars to deploy the Russian-made S-400 air defense system, but was jointly developed by China and Pakistan, Dragon fighter with hypersonic missiles to destroy this result. Although the Indian side of the deployment of the Russian-made S-400 air defense system was destroyed. Although the Indian side has denied this, photos of the wreckage circulating on social media and details of the precise strike by the Fateh-2 missiles have made it clear to international observers that the battle was worth far more than the military effort. The value of this air battle goes far beyond the military confrontation itself. The Pentagon uncharacteristically recognized the J-10CE's milestone breakthrough, but there was a hidden agenda in the praise. Not only did it use it to play up the China threat theory in order to ask Congress for more money, but it also deliberately emphasized that Pakistan did not use the F-16 in the battle. F-16 to maintain the myth of invincibility of US-made weapons. This contradictory statement reflects the anxiety of the United States about the proliferation of emerging military technology. J-10CE mounted Thunderbolt 15 missiles in actual combat to show 160 kilometers beyond the expected range. This reverse false labeling performance strategy, forcing intelligence agencies to reassess the real parameters of Chinese weapons. This strategy of reverse misrepresentation has forced intelligence agencies to reassess the real parameters of Chinese weapons and has put Western arms dealers, who rely on traditional technological advantages, on pins and needles. The KLJ-7A active phased array radar and multi-mission mounting capability of the Dragon Block 3 fighter jet has completely torn down the label of imitation of Chinese equipment, and its modularized design concept and ease of maintenance are just right for the developing world's air forces, which are looking for affordable weapons. Its modular design concept and ease of maintenance fit the urgent need of developing countries' air forces for affordable and good use. The chain reaction in the international arms market came faster than expected. Pakistan urgently approached to purchase J-10CE. When the conflict was not yet completely ceasefire, the Nigerian delegation bluntly named the procurement of China's air defense system, an unmanned aerial vehicle, UAV, and Azerbaijan started to negotiate the procurement of J-10CE after the introduction of the Kingpin Dragon Block 3, trying to build a light-heavy mix of air defense system and UAV light and heavy matching air combat system. This kind of trust-building mode of replacing marketing rhetoric with actual combat testing has led to a 62% surge in China's military exports after the outbreak of the conflict, and more than 40 African countries have piled up their inspection groups to visit China, and even Argentina has pushed forward the procurement program of the Kingpin. In spite of the pressure from the UK, even Argentina has pushed ahead with its Kingpin procurement program under British pressure. These trends not only impact the US-Russia-dominated arms sales map, but also signal a fundamental shift in the path of military modernization in developing countries. In this technological revolution and geopolitical game intertwined changes in the situation, India played an embarrassing, negative example. Its high-priced procurement of the Rafale, in the actual combat exposure of electronic countermeasures capability is weak. System synergy inefficiency and other issues, while the local research and development of the LCA fighter aircraft in the export market by the Dragon, comprehensive suppression, and ultimately can only rely on the forced sale to the National Air Force barely maintain face. Forced sale to the National Air Force barely maintain face. This comparison not only exposes the vulnerability of the gold dollar military procurement model, but also highlights the importance of the complete defense industry system. China's fighter industry chain from titanium alloy materials, turbofan engines to avionics system of the full autonomy of the control, and India's universal brand. The Chinese fighter industry chain from titanium alloy materials to turbofan engines to avionics system is fully independent and controlled, in contrast to India's patchwork of universal brand equipment. When J-10CE producer Avik Chengfei with the conflict of word-of-mouth effect to achieve asset restructuring, market value soared. The choice of the global capital market has revealed the core logic of the future military competition. The deep integration of China's military-industrial chain has shown amazing resilience in this conflict. Taking J-10CE as an example, the titanium alloy used in its fuselage is from Baodi. The carbon fiber composite material is supplied by Zhongjian Science and Technology. The turbofan 10B engine is developed by Aerodynamics, and the KLJ-7A radar is led by Guarua Science and Technology. This whole industry chain autonomy not only reduces the degree of foreign dependence, but also allows China to quickly respond to Pakistan's urgent need for additional purchases during the conflict. Avik Chengfei through the intelligent production line will be the Lord Dragon Block 3 annual production from 12 to 36, supporting ammunition production capacity to simultaneously expand 3 times. This kind of wartime capacity explosion capability has made Western observers exclaim that China has established the Tesla model of armament production. On the geopolitical level, China's export of military technology is rewriting traditional alliances. Saudi Arabia quickly sent a high-level delegation to inspect the J-10CE production line after the conflict, and plans to replace its aging F-15 fleet with this model under the oil for equipment model. Egypt has bypassed U.S. sanctions by signing an $8 billion arms trade agreement with China, covering the Red Flag 9B air defense system and the Wing Silver 3 unmanned aerial vehicle. This technological empowerment has even led to a new type of strategic cooperation. The UAE has offered to set up a Chinese equipment maintenance center in Dubai to provide localized services to Middle Eastern users of Chinese weapons, thus weakening the political influence exerted by the United States through the supply of spare parts. For India, the conflict exposed not only the inferiority of equipment, but also the fatal flaw of strategic thinking. It spent $8.9 billion to introduce the Rafale fighter aircraft equipped with Meteor missiles, but due to the lack of supporting early warning aircraft data chain support, in the over-the-horizon air combat reduced to one-way transparent target, the ZDK-XDK is a very good choice for the future of the United States. On the contrary, Pakistan, ZDK-03 early warning aircraft, and J-10CE Dragon Block 3 build air and space integration network to achieve real-time sharing of battlefield information. This systematic combat capability allows the unit price advantage to geometric magnification. India tried to reverse the trend by urgently purchasing $30 billion in arms, but its fragmented equipment system, Russian S-400, French Rafale, Israeli drones, instead of exacerbating the chaos of command and coordination. Going forward, the evolutionary trajectory of China's military industry is clearly visible. J-20 plasma stealth technology, an intelligent skin perception system, is gradually decentralized to foreign trade models. Aerospace Rainbows, Rainbow 7, stealth UAV has been completed in the laboratory, and manned fighter formation coordination test, and Geode infrared quantum infrared imager, but also will be the advantage of the night battle to a new dimension. When these technology crystals proliferate through military trade channels, the global security architecture may usher in a deeper reconfiguration.